Now, the City of Windhoek's Fire Brigade Services is hosting the International Fire Safety Week, which is starting today, the 6th of October, going until the 10th of October. And this will be taking place at the Fire Brigade headquarters. To enlighten us more on this, we're joined by Fillipus Sikongo, the Senior Station Officer from the City of Windhoek Fire Brigade. Good morning, Mr. Sikongo, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, Dapewa, and good morning to the viewers and the listeners, and thank you for having me.
All right. First things first, for those who may not know much about it, what exactly is International Fire Safety Week and what does it mean for the City of Windhoek's Fire Brigade?
Okay, the International Fire Safety Week was a week that was established in the 1900s because of an event that happened somewhere in Chicago in the 1800s, where there was a big fire and there was massive losses. So then the nation decided to dedicate actually an entire week, which is the longest, day, the longest activity that is dedicated to awareness. So as a city, we feel we are the big brother in the wake of a lack of a national body that regulates or that has some say into the fire services, specifically fire safety and prevention. The city decided then to just honor this specific week, and we started with this event last year. So with this year's event, we are looking at engaging more of different stakeholders that can come on board, because fire safety and prevention is not a one person's responsibility.
Yeah. Why is it so important for the city to commemorate this week every year? I mean, you mentioned that you started last year and this is the second edition. Why is it important?
Okay, as a city, we are looking at rendering effective and efficient services to the entire community. And according to our statistics, we have seen that the fire outbreaks are one of the biggest challenges. And if you look at the informal settlements, when we have fires in the damages are massive. So we then decided to be more proactive and be deliberate when it comes to fire safety and prevention, because we don't want to just be reactive. Usually then you have lost properties or you have lost lives in certain instances. So we believe then that creating awareness in the community is the best route that we can take. This year's theme looks at Unite to Ignite for a Secure Nation, which technically just looks at calling on all different stakeholders to come on board. Like we had last year with the smoke alarms, we had stakeholders that came on board and procured these resources. And the igniting is just to entice the human mind, because in most cases, all you can say all fire causes are human related. So we want to just ignite that awareness and safety culture in the community, in the work environment, in school, or wherever people may find themselves. And definitely want to have a nation that is secure.
Amazing. Now, with that said, talk to us about some of the activities that are lined up for the week. Can we perhaps look towards any demonstrations or public engagements that will be taking place?
Okay, yeah, so for this week, yes, there will be a lot of activities, not only from a preventative point of view, but it will be also with mitigation. So the first thing, as we are looking at the time now,
Okay.
my team has set up or have lined up at the Auspannplatz, that is in town, for a street procession. We will have a street march where we will have three platoons to march through Independence with a drill. That will be ourselves, the Fire Brigade services, as well as our colleagues in uniform, the city police, and then we will be accompanied by the Namibian police brass band. So that street procession will take from Auspannplatz at exactly 7:45, and then we'll move to Palm Park, and from there we will come for the opening event at our headquarters, that is the former Sheffield Street in Northern Industry. And then the activities for the day will be, after the opening event, we are going to have some vendors or stakeholders that have come to exhibit different engineering systems or different fire safety methods that people can use in their homes. This is now from the fire engineers, fire scientists, including fire technicians. And then from the the department, we are looking at doing demonstrations. This will be, you can also come and we teach you how to use your fire extinguisher.
Okay.
What is the right way to maintain it? Who are the right people to maintain it for you? And we have also invited other local authorities that will possibly also be then engaging with the different communities. And not to forget, we have this year included our community leaders in the informal settlement specifically, just to advance that fire savvy and fire resilience message.
Yeah, I want to take advantage of the fact that you're here. What would you say are some of the most common mistakes that people make that actually lead to fires? Because fire prevention can actually start from home, it can start in the workplace, but what are some of the common mistakes that we make?
Okay, so the biggest mistakes people make is being ignorant, because we believe if I've not had a fire in my house, it will never come, or I'll never suffer from it, so I don't need to be proactive. I don't need to exhibit any fire safety acumen or any fire safety the skills. So most of the times it's our own human behaviors, and with this fire or any emergency does not make any appointment, and it can happen anytime. So the best way is to be prepared, and being prepared technically means handling all fire equipments or any equipments that can bring about fires very careful, because fire in fire science is just three things that need to come together, which is the oxygen that we breathe, and that is everywhere. That is why we are alive.
Yeah.
And then there is a fuel. A fuel is something that is going to burn, and anything and everything can burn. This can be furniture, so we can technically say fire will happen anywhere. The only thing that is needed is an ignition source, and we know what ignition sources are. These are from our cooking, lighting, and just heating equipments that we have.
And lighting candles for the aroma.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So, what would you say are some of the few simple steps that residents can take in order to make their homes safe?
Okay, there is a lot of fire safety tips that community can do or can take to prevent fires. But since we are celebrating or commemorating the Fire Safety Week this week, I would rather prefer to speak more on the preventative measures, which is the first thing is just ignite your house in terms of having fire safety plan. You need to have a fire safety plan by doing a basic risk analysis of how likely is it that a fire to happen in your home?
Yeah.
And if a fire was to happen, what would you do? And this could merely be calling the emergency number. And in Windhoek, it's 061 211 061 2111111. And then after a fire has engulfed your home, do you have any plans on how you're going to rebuild? And hence I had said earlier to say, let's not look at what will you do after the fire has happened, but let's prevent fires. So my message for today is prevent fires, because prevention is better than cure.
Definitely.
Rather than trying to dig deep into your pockets to rebuild, because a life might be lost and we can never replace a life.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier on that International Fire Week will be taking place from today, that is until the 10th. Is it open to the public? What time do your doors of the Fire Brigade open, and what time do they close?
Okay, so yes, the event is open to the public, whether you're from Windhoek or you have just come to Windhoek for any other activities, you are welcome. It's a free entrance.
Yeah.
We open our gates for the public at 8 o'clock every single day, starting today, until 1600 hours every single day, from Monday to Friday.
All right.
Yes.
Quick question. If your house was on fire, what's that one thing that you'll save?
I think the first will be to save those that can save themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so save the people that can save themselves. This is usually children that would like to hide in cupboards or hide under the bed, or also old people that are very slow in getting out of the building, or people with different abilities. So the first thing will be to alarm them that there is a fire in the building, and then assist those that can't.
Amazing. I
Yes.
love how you went for people and not for objects. I would have run for a handbag or something. But thank you so much, Officer Sikongo, for joining us. And hopefully we get to show up for Fire Week and also learn everything that we need to know about fires and how to, just what to do when a fire happens. Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having me, and thank you to NBC for always giving us this platform.
All right.